Hello and welcome to another stream. Um, just some late night whatever tonight. I'm unsure of really what to do, so it's just one of those things. Nothing on Netflix and nothing on Prime. Just thought I'd give this a go maybe tonight. I don't know. One of those things. Oh, let it load up. Oh. Oop. Of course, it's got to load. All right. No, play. There we go. Right here. So yeah, I worked at 4 to 12 today, and it's a long day. It's nice to get back and home and be able to hang out with my pupper. Hey, Kita. You guys can't see her, but she's just tilting her head back and forth. I love when they do that. You're cute, aren't you? Yeah, so, yeah, I was kind of thinking if I would do a stream tonight or not and save it for the morning, but figured, seeing as when I got home, I checked Netflix and nothing on. And really nothing on at all, really. It was basically just garbage. But yeah, so I had quite the boring day at work today. Don't get me wrong, I love what I do. It's I enjoy the clients. I enjoy seeing those buggers smile. The house I work at, it's quite I'd have to say it's one of the busier houses in the agency. Just because we have so many clients in the house. We have 6 clients in the house. All of them are complete lifts, and if in case you're wondering and you don't know what that means, they are all, for the most part, in wheelchairs. So, they can't get into bed themselves, so they need our assistance to get into bed. But yeah, no, and like, I mean, requires changes, or refreshes, and all that kind of stuff, and it's takes a strong stomach, I'll tell you that much, to put it lightly. Takes quite a strong stomach to refresh the clients, because a lot of the time you're dealing with, bowel movements, and so you basically have to, not most appealing, but it is a fulfilling job. I mean, let's face it, if, they need help with everything they do, just like the rest, well, not just like the rest of us, but, to live their life like the rest of us, as they should, they do require some assistance with what they do. It just, you're on your feet for a lot of the time you're there. And, best part of getting home is just putting your feet up. Oh, I'm probably one out of 2 guys in the agency that I work at. Just me and another guy there. I'm the only one that works in the house that I'm at. Then there's another guy that works at another house. There's about, 6 houses, I'd say. All with varying degrees of how much assistance the client's needs are. Some are fully independent. Some are, like in the case where I'm at, complete lifts. Honestly, I prefer the houses that have clients that need more assistance. Just because I like more physically demanding stuff. I like to keep active. I'll put it that way. I like to keep moving. For most of you that don't know, I do have ADHD. When I was originally diagnosed with it, it was considered ADD, or ADD, which now is just apparently considered ADHD. I don't know how true that is, but whatever. Anywho, so being busy really does help the old mind keep sharp. Yeah, so that's a little bit about, yeah. But, today was just one of those running around with your head cut off kind of deals. It was, that, and didn't help that today was leg day part 2. I had, still trying to get used to this. Where is... I'll make this. We had a lot of, I can't remember where I was at. But no, it was just one of those busy days where, well, like I said, I like to keep busy, so I did not need to make however many I'd made of these. Well, I'll just make a one down here, and then tired, Kita? I tired little lady. But no, oh, I can't remember. Yeah, well, anyways, today was leg day at the gym today, so it was second one out of 2 that I do during the week. I kind of like to split my, what do you call it, I like to split my squats and deadlifts apart from each other. Just because I find that if I do both on the same day, I am useless to the world, and I end up fucking my back up real bad. So I kind of like to, you know, make it a little easier on the old body here. Joys of getting older. Careful what you wish for, kids. It ain't always, that grown-up money ain't as appealing as it used to be. Me, at least. Some it is, but... well, whatever. But no... having, the workouts that I do, it's, I, do, what do you call it? So basically how it goes is I do, it kind of varies, I guess. But for the most part, I like to do my bench press on, I don't know, let's say Monday, and then shoulders and, okay, chest and biceps on Monday, then, what do you call it, shoulders and back on Tuesday. Then I do kind of like, I guess you could say freestyle. Just basically whatever I feel like doing at any given time. Each Wednesday is different. I change it up just so that I have kind of some variety in my workouts, because otherwise it gets kind of boring and tedious, and I just don't want to do it. So instead of dealing with it, I guess I just try and work out different areas. But yeah, and that's where also like on rest days, like I do try to keep busy, but on rest days, I am the laziest SOB you'll ever meet. I'll sit at home and just like whatever, I don't care. It's one of those things where it's, yeah, that, and I gorge. Like today was kind of a cheat day. I had didn't mean to, but I kind of ended up eating an entire bag of those what do you call them? Oh god, mini eggs. Yeah, I kind of went a little too stupid on that, but that's what cheat days are for. I don't know. Probably doing more harm to myself than good on that note, because it ain't good to eat an entire bag of that. And it's weird, like lately I've just been having like the weirdest like sweet tooth. Like usually I'm not one for anything sweet or sour. I usually like salty. Like I like chips. It's usually my go-to snack. And if I'm like craving something sweet, I usually go for more pastry type stuff like cinnamon buns. Oh, that is the cat's meow right there. Oh, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it's each, what do you call it? cheat day is different because it's, I don't know. It's just weird that I'd have like such a strong craving for chocolate, and let alone to eat an entire bag of mini eggs. Oh well, whatever. It's I heard someone that I don't like. Get this done ASAP then. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry for the lack of trying to think of things to say. My brain ain't working too hard today. It's on like autopilot mode right now. I don't know why I'm building. There's supposedly a abandoned village around here. I don't know. Whatever. But, yeah, we'll go this way. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm on my autopilot today. Yeah. This way to describe it. Thought I'd, do some of this, but, So, I got home and my, it's the cutest thing when I get home. My dog is just all over me. Yeah, kind of a big suck. She'd make the worst guard dog ever, just for the simple fact that someone tried breaking into my place. They wouldn't have to worry about getting mauled by my dog. It'd more so be that she would try to like give him kisses. She'd be jumping all over them and trying to be like, "Hey, you want to see my toy collection? There, but there." Yeah, she's kind of spoiled, rotten. She's my first dog, and I don't know if you can tell by the picture, she's a husky, but she's also crossed with. When I got her, the people said that she's a husky Great Pyrenees cross, or a mix. But I don't really see the Pyrenees in her. I kind of see more, I don't know. To me, it seems she's more German Shepherd. That's what she kind of reminds me of, like, just her markings. But she's 100% cuteness, if that counts for anything. Mind you, for dogs, that's all they have to be. Yeah, you can go to hell. But, they don't need to be specified about what breed they are, to me. As long as they're floofy and cute, that's all that matters. And of course, Kita fits all those. Obviously, you guys could probably already tell where I got the name of this channel from. Stupid Bixby. My phone decides sometimes that it's a good idea to listen to what I'm saying. Apparently that's a thing. I don't know. Pisses me off. I'll tell you that much. That's for sure. I'll be in the middle of a conversation and then Bixby tries getting in on it. And good. I don't like having dirt. I'm at the edge. Okay, well, that's needed for. You know what? I need to make a pickaxe so that I can actually do some shit. Let's go for. Yeah, no, I want to make a. They have to change this. I really don't know what I'm doing with this. Obviously. Oh, there I go. You guys tell that I play this often? No. Put this up here. Because I don't want to deal with it. There we go. Get this. Because obviously, who doesn't want iron off the start? And of course, coal. It's always nice to have, because I'm going to need to make some... Well, I'm going to need to make whatever you call that shit. Torches, there we go. Obviously, my brain doesn't want to work today. Dear Lord. Ugh. No, it's been a long day. Kind of sucks because I can't really say too much of what happens in the houses just because it's considered breach of confidentiality because the hell was that noise? I have not once heard that noise in this game. So, I guess I'm going to Abandoned City? Yeah. Sounded terrifying. This might be a short one because I'm getting pooped already. Just one of those mindless playthroughs. Not really aiming to do much of really anything. Oh, there's a... Good little area. I do say I like this map. I'm not much, okay. I'm not a big fan of Minecraft. It's just one of those games I got for one of those when I'm feeling really bored and I don't know what the hell to play until I can figure out what I want to play. I just kind of play this. I used to thoroughly enjoy it, but that was many moons ago. Many years. I don't know. I think that's when I had the Xbox 360. I actually enjoyed this game, but thought I'd enjoy it on the Xbox One, but not overly. I could see why people like it so much. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm trying to bash Minecraft. There's nothing wrong with the game. It's just, it's one of those... I don't know how to put it. It's one of those games it gets tedious, I guess. It gets boring real fast. And I don't know, I mean, I know they're... Oh, Enderman. Yeah, he's, there's Cameron. I think that's the name of the guy on... I don't know if any of you have watched Mob Squad. Freaking hilarious. And you get a chance to watch it on YouTube. Look up Mob Squad. By God, is that hilarious. Oh, I've never laughed so hard in my damn life. Oh, I don't know. There's a Mob Squad. I think it's, the ones who make Mob Squad are the same guys who make, Duralius and Associates. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. That is freaking hilarious. You ever get a chance, look up, Neebs Gaming. They are hilarious. Same people who make Duralius and Associates. I don't know. I kind of like that humor. Kind of dry and... I don't know. I don't know, there's something, Neebs. Buddy's got a southern accent. He's got one of them southern draws. And I love that accent. It's one of my favorite. They could be, like, pissed off. And I would just be, like... I could not get angry at someone with a southern draw. Just because, yeah, they could be bashing me. And there'd be nothing that, I don't know. I don't think, it's just... The, accent is just... It's not that it makes them funny, but I tell you, that accent really does, like, when they hit with a joke, that joke just instantly becomes about 300 times better just from having that accent. But, I was playing 7 Days to Die, and, for a second, a guy joined my, game, and, well, not for nothing, I didn't, whatever, and, we all got started. This is, oh, great. I sure love the name. And anyway, so he had a southern accent, and I thought he was Neebs for a second, just by the tone of his voice and the way he talked. But I tell you, when that guy delivered a joke, he delivered. It was... Good God, was it something else. It made that whole playthrough that so much better. Oh, Jesus! Oh my God. Jesus Christ, that scared me. Oh my God. Whew, way to wake a fucker up. I don't really want to. I don't really give two hoots. There it is. I just really want to be able to actually play. The hell? Zombie villagers? Is that what that is? Huh. I just want to deal with those kids. Good. But, anyway. I don't know what all these are for, but whatever. What do you mean? I'm not going anywhere near them. But yeah, so now that I've regained my composure, really? Oh dear Lord. But yeah, so anyways, he delivered, like, the jokes he delivered were just, yeah, I had a hoot. Great game. That was a great time. We made it quite far in that too. It's rather amazing how far we actually made it. I was never really used to getting too far in that game. I was still pretty new at it. I'm still not the greatest at the game, but oh well, whatever. Not really. I don't know. I love playing games. It just for me, it was more RPGs, and that's mainly what I enjoyed playing. I never really got into when people were playing Call of Duty and all that. I never really was into all that. Just for the simple fact that it was, to me, it wasn't as, I don't know, I like the story. I love games with the story. And not just that flimsy, oh, he killed my brother, now we're off to, like, shoot the shit out of his homies and all that shit. Like, no. I want something with, like, proper, full-on, like, a full-on story. Something I could, actually enjoy. And not feel like I wasted money. But yeah. Hmm. Very nice. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Well, I got bread. And a saddle. Interesting. They have really made some improvements to this game since I last played. God, I think it's been 3 years since well, no, I played this not that long ago. Oh, shoot. Hello. Enjoy that. But before the last time I played this, it was... God, I can't even remember how long it's been since I played. It's a good long while. Probably 3 years before the last time I played it here. I think it was on here. But, yeah. Said it's not one of those games that I like to overly play too much. And then I'm thinking after Subnautica, said I don't know if it's been overplayed or not, but maybe playing some Dead Space. I've actually never played that game. My friend got it, but I watched him play it. But I don't know how that game actually really goes. Him and I would just hang out and while he would play, and I wasn't really one for horror games for the longest time. Like I said, I'd played Final Fantasy and, well, Fallout. I think Fallout was the closest to horror that I got. But that's not really overly scary. But now, I don't know. I rather quite enjoy the horror aspect of games. Enjoy the... I don't know. I just enjoy the jump scares. Even though they piss me off. Not my, I don't know. 7 Days to Die, like, I thought it would have been scarier. And, I mean, not to say that I'm disappointed, just not happy with how, quickly they're doing their, I'm not too completely happy with how they're updating the game. Wish they would fully update it for console. I'm not spending like $30. I have an Apple computer. Or an Apple MacBook Air, whatever. Yeah, so, not really the top of the line gaming PC that everyone always talks about. It ain't no Alienware. It's, quite the derpy machine. It's good for what it does, but would be nice to have, well, it wouldn't run well with games. Well, I guess it could, but when I think Apple, I think of, I don't know, overpriced garbage. No, I can't even say Apple's garbage. I mean, there's stuff, like, they got some good stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, their phones are good. Quotations, I guess. They're decent phones. Definitely not worth, the price tag. But they're still good phones. If they cut the price in half, maybe I'd have considered ever buying another Apple. But just my forte. But oh no. I prefer Samsung when it comes to phones. Something about their I don't know. I like their interface a lot more. Even though they're too overpriced. I'm cheap. I'm oh god, am I cheap? When I say cheap, like, okay, I'll spend money on things that I need. I'm not, the type of cheap that would look for cheap food kind of thing. But when it comes, I don't know, like when it comes to, let's say, like phones, I don't know. I'm talking like, oh yeah, I'm cheap, yet I forked out $1,500 for a freaking cell phone. But I don't know. I shouldn't say I forked out $1,500. It's on a plan, so pay for it through the plan. Anyways, the whole thing that I'm trying to get at is, if I had to get a phone, like if I couldn't get a plan, I was doing pay as you go. Honestly, like you see all these like hype guys, whatever. You know what? If you're on pay as you go and you are getting a phone, there's no reason why Motorola isn't good. Like Motorola is actually excellent, and honestly I think Motorola is great. I'd fuck with Motorola. But like, so that, like, for me, that's what I mean. Like, I don't get people who sit there and be like, oh, well, I need to have a $2,500 phone. My jeans, I pay $700 per pair for, and my shirts all cost like $300 to $800, and I'm wearing like a $900 pair of sunglasses. You know what? The dollar store sunglasses work just as good, and like what do your flipping sunglasses come with? Like, they better be made with freaking, I don't know. They always say you get what you pay for, but I mean, really, you gotta look at how much use you get out of it. Like, I mean, yeah, you may spend $1.50 or $1.25 on a pair of sunglasses. I think my most expensive pair of sunglasses is like $10. And a pair of aviators I've had for like 4 or 5 years. I've worn them like religiously. So I mean, really, that $10 has, like, that pair of sunglasses has paid itself off. I mean, the amount of use that I had out of those sunglasses, yeah, they paid themselves off. And it's just like anything, really. Like, get a vehicle. It's all what you use. Like, a Mercedes. You get you get like a luxury car. Yeah, okay. Luxuries are nice, but they're not necessarily needed. You gotta think, like, how much time do you spend in your car? Like, in order for you to justify spending that extra money. And it's not only like just like, cars are the biggest one for me, because when you get a car, I mean, you gotta think, it's not just the car you're paying for, but it's any future problems that happen to the car, because let's face it, cars do break down. And when they break down, you have to pay to get them fixed. And, are you certain that when you buy that Mercedes, when you drop that, I don't even know what a freaking, even the low end Mercedes costs, but I'm gonna go with like $100,000. Well, maybe they're not. Well, it could be. I don't know. Well, let's just say you buy like, yeah, $80,000 Mercedes. $80,000 Mercedes. Right? Sorry, I can't talk properly. Say you buy an $80,000 Mercedes. 3 years down the line, the water pump goes. Now you're paying Mercedes prices for a water pump. You can't just go out, like, if you were to buy a Chevy, freaking used ass, old freaking, 2010 Chevy Silverado, let's say, or 2007 Chevrolet Cavalier. Let's go with that, a Cavalier. Now you're gonna find parts that are like cheap as shit just to fix that car. And you could fix it, and you know what? You could probably learn a thing or two by fixing it yourself. That's how I learned a lot of the shit that I did on my vehicles. It's all... I mean, it's not easy, but it's... I don't know, I think you don't need to spend, a shit ton of money to have nice things. I mean, the more expensive the better. Better materials, better whatever. Of course, but in the end, is it really worth it? I've had cars that outlived the higher end cars. The more you pay doesn't necessarily always mean the better the quality. They break down just as much. And that brings me back to the point that, it's about the use you get out of it. And say you buy a $1,200 Chevy Cavalier. I don't know. I'm just thinking of like a Chevy Cavalier as an example. They're like a cheap as shit car that are, they're not the fanciest looking things in the world. They're not gonna, be what everyone dreams of. But let's say you buy a $1,200 Chevy Cavalier, you go to college or, you work, you know, whatever. That car lasts you 26. God damn it. That car lasts you 26 years. Driving to and from work. Oh, let's just go 10 years. To and from work, right? That car has already made you money. It's outlived how much you paid for it a few times over. And now, and I mean, cars are one of those things that you can always, build on, right? Just like a home. Part goes wrong with it, you fix it. It's all about maintenance. You could technically keep a car going for years, depending on how much money you want to put into it. I mean, eventually it comes to the point where a vehicle gets too expensive to fix. Any vehicle would get that far. I think I did have a Chevy Cavalier at one point. That thing was a sweet ride, I'll tell you what. I mean, it ain't the most pretty car in the world, I'll agree, and I'll admit it's not, it ain't dropping pants left, right, and center, But that thing was fun to drive. I mean, I guess it's like one of those cars you don't have to give a shit about. You could just bag the shit out of it. I don't know, maybe that's what it was. But it was a Standard. And, I love Standard. But, I drove the shit out of that car for, about a year before it got written off. That's besides the point. I think I paid $1,800 for it. And, mind you, after I got home with it, the most expensive part I put on it, I had the water pump go. And literally, I get back home, just drove from, an hour and a half from the city I bought it in. And, get home. I park it, as you do, and I shut it off, as you do, and I get back in just to take it out for a cruise that night, and wouldn't work. Stopped working. And I thought, I was almost in tears. I thought, well, shit, I must have bought just a big hunk of junk. It turns out it was just the fuel pump. So I changed the fuel filter on it, did problem solving on that thing, and come to find it's a fuel pump, and that was the most expensive part. It was about $300, $400. Paid out of, bought it out of pocket because I still had money from, but I thought it would have costed more, so I still had money left over from what I originally was going to pay for a vehicle. Because originally when I was going to the city that I was in, when I got the Cavalier, I was going to be buying what the hell is it called? A Nissan. Was it a Nissan? Or no, a Toyota. A Celica. Or Celica, whatever you want to call it. And, God, that would have been a nice ride. But anyways, manual 2. But I was originally going there to get that car, that Toyota. I was like, whatever. On my way there, guy messaged me, "Oh, I sold it. I hope this car wasn't the only vehicle you're coming to town for." Well, shit, right? So I hopped on Kijiji and I was looking around. I found a few cars, and I went car hunting. And I'll tell you this, I looked at a few. I mean, there's some cars that, yeah, just aren't worth buying because they are more of a hassle. But um, I looked at, what do you call it? Saturn Ion, I think it's called. And I don't know. I've heard too many horror stories about them things. It looked pretty. It looked nice. I like the shape of them. Great. Nice jump sea bass. They look nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the look. Just I've heard horror stories about, them just not performing well, the engine's cracking, the engine's exploding, shit like that, right? And I didn't want anything to do with that. I'm looking at the car when I did entertain it. I looked at it, because I told the guy to come check it out, and I don't like making people wait on me, so I just went and looked at it, and it looked pretty, but that's about all it had going for it. The thing had no guts, nothing. Then I went to see Volkswagen Jetta. It was one of them diesels. I gotta tell you, those things will last forever. The lady wanted like $4,000 for it, Canadian, which seems cheap, but I mean, let's say like $4,000, at least where I'm at, goes a long way for vehicles. You can get a good vehicle for $4,000 if you look hard enough. But I looked at this Jetta, and lady said that she got the engine rebuilt. I was like, okay. And she said, yeah, everything had, the engine had 400,000 kilometers. It started making a knocking noise, whatever. I was like, okay. So she replaced it, or had it rebuilt, or whatever. She put a rebuilt engine in it, but doesn't know how many kilometers are on the rebuilt engine. And so I took it out for a test drive. And that test drive showed a few more problems with it. One being the transmission was on its way out. It was shit in the bed. It was an automatic. So when we went for the test drive, there's don't want to say hesitation, but really hard shifting. It felt like it was about to break, and cost a lot of money. I wasn't about to spend $4,000 on something that was gonna break down on me the first moment the first moment that I start driving it. So that was a hard no. Well, actually, it was more like a hell no. Anywho, so then, how else did I look at that day? Can't remember. Anyway, so then I looked at this Cavalier, and it had a few rust spots, but it was like $1,800. It was, I think, 160,000 kilometers. And the guy was actually extremely nice. He had all the receipts and always make sure that if they say there's work done, that they have the receipts for the work that they've done to it. Anyways, so he had all the receipts for it. He had a new timing belt put in, a new, fresh oil change, which, whatever, that's simple. I could do a fresh... When I got home with it, I did a new oil change on it. Just because, well, I'm ornery on that kind of stuff. And I like to have synthetic in a vehicle. I don't like just running straight shit normal oil. Anyways, so then I did that, and there's a whole bunch of other things that he fixed on this car, and there's like just about a booklet of a new flywheel, a new clutch. It was a better clutch than what it came with. And yeah, so there's a shit ton of work done to it. And yeah, he bought it, ended up buying it, got home, and he messaged me and said, yeah, if there's anything wrong with it, just let me know, and I'll return however much it costs to fix it to you. When the fuel pump went, I mean, I could have been a dick and could have got that money from him. Or, well, not could have got that money from him. I could have, like, messaged him, like, hey, yeah, the water pump went, and made him feel like shit. But I don't like doing that that shit to people. The water pump is one of those, or not the water pump, the fuel pump. The fuel pump is one of those things that, you don't know it's garbage till it goes. So, long story short, I used my truck to go pick up a fuel pump $400 later, and the fuel pump was installed. Well, bought, and then a couple hours later it was installed. That was a bitch. I had to empty the gas tank out and put it in, or take the old one out and put the new one in. I think I still have the old one in my shed, which, whatever. It's kaput. It's a little souvenir. And then the water pump went on that thing, and I fixed that. That was a lot of cussing and a lot of hating life when I fixed that. That was just a pain in the rear end. I got the new water pump when I was installing it. Accidentally dropped it. Fell right on my face. I had like a bruise and a mark on my forehead for about like 2 months. And it fucking hurt. It was... But I learned how to put a water pump in. I learned don't drop it on your fucking face. I learned that one real quick. 2 pounds doesn't seem very much till that 2 pounds drops right on the bridge of your nose, and digging fans into it. Yeah, it was not fun. And then, about a week, not a week, the next day after putting that water pump in, I went out driving. I went to Yorkton. And, I drove down there, and, just having a good day. I was with my dog. I swear, this dog has been with me through a ton of shit. We went to Yorkton, and drove there, and then I picked up some vape juice and all this shit. Came home, and I was literally a block away from home. and I got fucking T-boned. Doctor, it was a doctor that hit me, funny enough. Ironically, actually. And, he thought that, no one was coming. He didn't see me, apparently. And I don't know how he couldn't see me. I was literally, like, right in front of him until he, like, just bashed right into me. And, I got the door right on the side of my arm. That was fun. And, yeah, so, police didn't even come out. Like, I wasn't hurt. And, like, I mean, my dog was just shooken up. Kita was shaking. Poor girl. And freaking, she still hates car rides to this day. She's been through 2 bloody car accidents. This dog is a freaking champ. Freaking love this dog. God. Dog's badass, I tell ya. 2 car accidents and freaking little idiot, when she was a puppy, jumped into water. Freaking damn near drowned herself. Cute as hell, but just dumb as a sack of bricks. I'd give my left nut for her, though. Dog. Nothing beats the friendship a dog can give you. Tell you that much. They're truly 1 in a million kind of best friends. Of course, you can't share, like, any, like, friendship kind of shit with them. But you can. They're like cuddle buddies. Really. But yeah, so anywho, I think that's all for me. I'm getting too tired. I'm starting to just ramble on and repeat. And yeah, I think it's time for me to go to bed. And yeah. So thank y'all for joining me in this stream. And have a good one. Let's see, there we go.